Holy shingles!
Good morning, America. A major storm moving in right now. The third nor'easter in less than 2 weeks, targeting 40 million Americans from North Carolina to Boston and Maine. Up to 2 feet of snow in parts of the Northeast. Schools closed. More than 1,000 flights canceled. A dangerous commute this morning.
Urgent hunt for a possible serial bomber. 3 packages exploding left on doorsteps in a major city.
We got 2 people down. It looks like 1 in the door and tray.
2 people killed. The desperate warning this morning.
Republicans in the House committee wrap up their investigation, saying they found no evidence of collusion. Democrats cry foul. Key witnesses not interviewed. This as the president faces new trouble from adult film star Stormy Daniels. The deadline she set for this morning, and now her lawyer is here live.
Amazing rescue. 5 American scientists trapped on Antarctica. A chopper swooping in to save them. The new images this morning.
Katie, I'm crazy about you.
And Katy Perry's new crush, the American Idol contestant who made the pop star say this.
Listen, if you're not going to Hollywood, maybe you can just come hang out with me.
His voice and story making all the judges swoon.
A long, long time ago.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And good morning, America. Hope you're well this Tuesday morning. Katy Perry looks pretty happy.
Little love connection there early on in American
there
Idol.
he is right there. Is she blushing there?
She was blushing. She pretty much asked him out for a date.
She got a little friendly, yeah.
And as you can tell, his voice sounded great. He got a golden ticket. Then his girlfriend came in to congratulate him. So,
Which turned into an awkward moment there for a minute when Katy Perry was kind of like interested and then the girlfriend was there. It's a drama on American Idol.
We'll have a lot more on that later.
Yes, we do, but we're going to have more on that ahead. But first, we're going to begin with that third winter storm in less than 2 weeks. It's blasting the East Coast this morning, and that's a live look at our road cam out on the Long Island Expressway. The snow is really, really coming down right now.
Yeah, it is really nasty out there. More than 1,400 flights have already been canceled. Amtrak is now suspending service between New York City and Boston, and hundreds of schools are closed in 3 different states. We've got team coverage across the storm zone this morning. Rob is tracking it all and has that system here from New York City with the latest. Rob, good morning.
Good morning, Cecilia. Here we go again, and this storm has already dumped significant snow in places shouldn't see snow in the month of March, like Lexington, Kentucky, Raleigh, North Carolina, Virginia, all seeing significant snow, and now it's in the Northeast. Look at it come down here in New York City, and the roads, it is accumulating. The Long Island Expressway looks very dicey right now. It's snowing heavily there. Eastern New England already getting it hit hard. They're in blizzard warnings. Manchester, New Hampshire, seeing snow-covered roads there as well. This storm is now exploding off the coast. Bombogenesis, we like to call it, and you can see it on the radar, just how explosive it is with some radar strikes there offshore. That gives you an idea how much lift is in the atmosphere, and we're seeing snowfall rates in excess of 2 inches per hour in eastern Long Island, and that's where we find ABC's Gio Benitez, who's in Riverhead this morning. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Rob, good morning to you. You can just see it here. The snow is falling hard. It is falling fast. And I want you to see this. It is that wet, mushy, sort of slushy snow, that heavy snow. That's what's going to be causing such a mess. We're talking about up to 1 foot of snow in eastern Long Island. So this part of the Northeast is going to be experiencing quite the mess, especially with all these winds. This morning, millions in the Northeast hit with another massive storm. This is the third nor'easter in just 11 days, and it's packing a wallop.
How about this? Is this crazy? Yeah, it is.
Down in North Carolina, stretches of roads now riddled with vehicles unable to drive on the slick surface. Some cars even involved in crashes, like this car completely flipped over on the side of the highway. Some parts of Kentucky pummeled from the blizzards, the roads covered in thick, wet snow, making it harder to drive. Logan Airport in Massachusetts left a virtual ghost town. Terminals completely empty, multiple flights outright canceled. The governor pleading with residents to stay off the roads and work from home because of those unsafe conditions.
Snow's projected to come down between 1 and 3 inches per hour at times, and that means brutal driving conditions.
And I told you about those winds. Winds here are gusting at about 30 miles per hour. And that's a concern for coastal floods. So coastal flood advisories and warnings are in effect for parts of the Northeast, up and down the coast, really. But the real concern is all of this snow, and that's what's going to be causing such a mess. for your morning commute. Cecilia?
Okay, Gio, you and the team stay safe out there. Thank you, Michael.
All right, thank you. And millions are still dealing with the after effects of the first two storms, and now they're getting hit again. ABC's Adrian Bankert is in Boston, where the snow is really coming down as well. Adrian, people there barely had a chance to recover from the last storm that hit Boston.
Yeah, Michael, people here in Boston are asking, when is winter going to be over? Of course, we know we still have a few more days left on the calendar, but the feels, it's terrible. It's miserable out here. The wind is truly wicked. It's going to pick up. They're expecting it to actually increase to about 60, 65 mile per hour wind gusts. But the snow, the driving conditions are what they're really concerned about. Take a look at the roads right now. There are still people out here driving. When we talk to emergency officials, they're saying they hope that people will stay off the roads. We could see accumulation of 1 to 3 inches of snow per hour at the peak of this thing. We're in the heat of the morning rush hour. And here's the thing. The National Weather Service is calling this nearly impossible driving conditions. We've seen the snowfall heavy in Virginia. West Virginia seeing 18 inches of snow. The Carolinas getting pounded as well. This heavy, wet snow able to bring down trees and power lines. So they're still concerned about the threat of power outages in this part of the country. As well, they're concerned about that minor to moderate coastal flooding that Gio talked about from points Boston south to Cape Cod. Michael, back over to you.
All right, we appreciate it, Adrian. It's a big difference. Adrian grew up in California.
And Gio's from Miami. We were all saying it was brutal for these guys.
Oh, yeah, but we're going to have much more on the weather later on in the show.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty hard outside right now. We're going to get the latest now from Austin, Texas. It's a city on edge after 2 more package bombs exploded yesterday, 3 now in 10 days. 2 people have been killed, more injured. And ABC's Alex Press is on the scene in Austin. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, George. Federal investigators have been here through the night. Authorities say these packages were not delivered by mail, but instead left there by a suspect they are now desperately trying to track down. This morning, FBI, ATF, and local investigators on the hunt for a possible serial bomber. The incidents killing 2, injuring 2 others.
This evidence makes us believe that these incidents are related.
Authorities say the packages were not delivered by mail service. Instead, in each case, a mysterious average-sized letterbox package was left on the victim's front door, left without a knock or doorbell ring.
The victims have gone out and they have handled them in some way or another, and we've had the explosions occur.
The string of package explosions starting March 2nd at 6:55 a.m. when 39-year-old Anthony House was killed. A next-door neighbor who heard the explosion attempted to help save House's life.
He looked at me with a very glazed over look on his face and pretty much immediately collapsed. He wasn't responsive whatsoever. I gave him 2 rescue breaths.
Investigators initially thought it was an isolated incident until Monday morning.
We got 2 people down. It looks like 1 in the door and tray.
When a 17-year-old boy opened the package he found at the front door, killing him and injuring a woman. A few hours later, investigators rushing to a second explosion just some 5 miles away.
We have trauma activation, penetrating trauma, head and torso.
An elderly Hispanic woman critically injured after she opened the package left on her front porch. The victims all black or Hispanic. Officials now looking into the possibility these may be hate crimes. And state investigators are now offering a $15,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. Authorities are warning residents, if you get an unexpected package, don't open it, call 911. George?
Right away. Okay, Alex, thanks very much. Let's bring in Austin's Mayor Steve Adler, Police Chief Brian Manley. Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us this morning. Chief Manley, let me begin with you. Any closer to identifying a suspect this morning?
No, the work that's taken place since we last spoke yesterday really has been on the post-blast analysis and, again, looking at any connections between the victims of these incidents to try and determine if there's any ideology behind these attacks.
Well, that was the question I wanted to bring to the mayor. Black and Hispanic victims here. Do you think this is a hate crime?
I think it's too early for us to know, and I understand that the chief is not ruling out any possibility to make sure that he doesn't overlook anything. We just don't know yet.
And Chief, when you look at the residue of these bombings, what other connections have you been able to draw between the package bombs and these 3 different incidents?
So there are some specific components that we won't go into the details of to protect the integrity of the investigation, but there are some specific things that we have seen that make us believe that all 3 of these packages were constructed by the same bomb maker.
The same person?
Yes, we believe that either the same suspect or suspects are responsible for all 3 of these attacks.
And Mayor, remind people again, if they get some kind of a package on their doorstep, apparently these are being left exactly what they should do?
Well, at this point, what we want people to do is to be very vigilant. We don't want anybody to open or pick up a package that in any way feels suspicious. We're urging folks here to call 911, and boy, I tell you, if there's any doubt in their mind at all, they should leave the package alone. They should call 911 and let somebody else decide whether what they're looking at is worth exploring.
Let's hope you all run this down today. Chief, Mayor, thanks very much. Cecilia?
A frightening story there, George. Okay, thanks. We want to turn now to those new developments in the Russia investigation. House Republicans ending their probe, saying they've found no evidence of collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. But Democrats on that committee say this is all a move to protect the president. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl is in Washington. John, so this may be the end of one investigation, but that big one, Robert Mueller's probe, that's still going on.
Oh, it sure is. And of course, the Senate Intelligence Committee is still investigating. But the House Republicans, Cecilia, say that their investigation is over, concluding, quote, the Russians did commit active measures in our election in 2016, and we think they will do so in the future. But adding, we disagree with the narrative they were trying to help Trump, and we found no evidence of collusion, perhaps some bad judgment and inappropriate meetings. Now, not surprisingly, the president is declaring vindication in all caps on Twitter, touting the findings the House Intelligence Committee has after a 14-month-long in-depth investigation found no evidence of collusion. But as you know, Cecilia, this has been a highly partisan investigation from the start. The Democrats, not a single one of them on the committee agrees with this. The top Democrat tweeting directly at the president. This was not the finding of the House Intelligence Committee, Mr. President, but only a statement by its GOP members who lack the courage to stand up to a president of their own party when the national interest necessitates it.
Yeah, John, in all caps from the presidents, but the intelligence community, they are not backing down from their conclusions on this one.
Yeah, and remember, the intelligence community found that, in fact, Russia was trying to help get Trump elected. They put out a statement saying they stand by those findings.
Okay, John Karl, thanks.
We also have a key Republican on the committee, Tom Rooney of Florida, who also said that this calls into question the credibility of the investigation, not in perfect lockstep with the Republican majority there. Also this morning, though, we have a key vote in the battle for control of Congress. It's happening in Pennsylvania, the first special House election of the year, and it's a big test for President Trump and the GOP as they defend their majority in the midterms. Our chief national correspondent, Tom Yamas, is on the ground in Mount Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Tom.
George, good morning to you. This is a tiny district, and this should be a local race attracting no attention. But now millions of dollars have poured in, and President Trump is fighting for his political reputation. Why? He won this district, so did Mitt Romney and John McCain, and Republicans have held this seat for 15 years. But now all of a sudden it's a tight race, and according to the last poll, the Democrat is up. This morning, the political world watching Southwest Pennsylvania and District 18. Democrat Connor Lamb, 33 years old, a retired Marine Corps captain, taking on Republican Rick Saccone, a 60-year-old state rep backed by President Trump.
I hate to put this pressure on you, Rick. They're all watching because I won this district like by 22 points. It's a lot.
And since many see this race as a referendum on the president, Saccone making it clear he's on the Trump train.
It's about, you know what it is, making America great again. Are you with us?
Lamb outraced Saccone, but Republican groups and GOP PACs have poured more than $10 million into this race, flooding the market with ads.
Nancy had a little lamb.
In response to those attacks, Connor Lamb has told voters he won't be a Pelosi puppet. He's focused, he says, on issues that will help the district.
This is a time in our country where many of our most important promises seem to be up for grabs.
But even some of his own volunteers admit national politics and the president is why they're voting.
So for you, this is a referendum on the president?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. And trying to bail out Pennsylvania for the big mistake they made.
Now, for that voter, that mistake was Pennsylvania going for President Trump. The polls are now open. They'll stay open until 8 p.m. Eastern. It's cold and it's snowing off and on, George, but both sides are fired up.
Yeah, we're
Back
going to
to
see
you.
how much motivation we have on each side later today. Okay, Tom, thanks very much.
White House will be watching this one closely. Okay, good, George. Thanks. There are also new developments in that Russian spy case in England, where a father and daughter are now in critical condition after being poisoned. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is now joining the UK, directly blaming Russia for that attack. Our chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran is in London with more. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Cecilia. That's right. Midnight tonight. That's the deadline that British Prime Minister Theresa May has set for Russia to explain that brazen chemical attack on a former spy and his daughter here in England. May said that British investigators have identified the poison as, quote, a military-grade nerve agent of a type developed by Russia. And overnight, as you mentioned, U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson backed the Brits 100%. He said it appears this attack clearly came from Russia, and he added Russia continues to be an irresponsible force for instability in the world. But the Trump White House, they have refrained from going so far. They are not accusing Russia right now. And just moments ago, the Russian foreign minister declared that Russia is not guilty of this attack. And he added that the Kremlin will not respond to any ultimatum by Theresa May until its scientists and its investigators see all the evidence and all the samples in this case. So, Cecilia, the international tension mounts and the clock is ticking.
A lot of questions there, Terry. Thank you. Michael?
Thank you, Cecilia. Back here in New York, there are new details in that tragic helicopter crash. Investigators are looking at the wreckage, trying to determine if a passenger's strap was to blame. And we are learning more about those 5 passengers who died. ABC's David Curley is on the scene with more. Good morning, David.
Morning, Michael. They pulled the wreckage less than 24 hours out of the East River here, and it will yield clues as to why none of those 5 passengers survived. These are the scenes before tragedy. Smiles at liftoff for this private photo shoot flight at sunset Sunday. Moments later, this morning the NTSB is on the scene investigating what brought the helicopter down into the East River, killing all 5 passengers. The only survivor, the pilot, reportedly telling authorities that a harness tether or part of a passenger bag snagged one of the fuel levers, shutting it, bleeding the engine of fuel. The pilot also saying that the deployable floats for water landing like these did not inflate correctly on the right side, possibly explaining that dramatic flip. If both floats had operated properly, would we have had this tragedy?
When floats do inflate, there are times when the helicopter will still not necessarily stay afloat.
Those killed were in their late 20s and 30s. Brian McDaniel, a firefighter with the Dallas Fire Rescue Department, on vacation visiting a friend. Trevor Cadigan, who just moved to New York to pursue a career in journalism. And Carla Blanco, a tourist from Argentina. Daniel Thompson and Tristan Hill, employees of the sightseeing company. Hill engaged to be married. Now, NTSB investigators will also be looking at the harnesses that they were being worn by those who were in the helicopter. In a sister flight on the same night, some of those flying said it was very difficult to get out of those harnesses. Michael?
All right, thank you, David. Just sad and tragic.
An awful story.
All the way around. And now we're going to go back to Rob with more on the snow and wind from this nor'easter. Rob, what do you call it, a bombogenesis?
Bombogenesis. It's a process of a rapidly deepening low, dropping 24 millibars within 24 hours. That has done that now. That means it's strengthening and will bring blizzard conditions across the Northeast. We'll look for the snow to end in New York City probably by lunchtime, but after that, the evening rush in Boston and the surrounding area is really going to be a nightmare with over a foot, in some cases 20 inches of snow possible. Tuesday Trivia now brought to you by JCPenney.
Don't be nervous. You got this. Believe in yourself. Love that. What about these shoes? Definitely that one. Be the Isabella I know you are.
Thanks, sis.
You look gorgeous. Get your pep talk from your sister and your new spring wardrobe from JCPenney. Hurry in. Plus, take an extra 20% off with card and coupon. Get your coupon on the JCPenney app. JCPenney. Style and value for all.
Well, a cold one for today, really feeling more like January than mid-March. Highs today will be in the mid-40s, but blustery and cold with wind chills in the 20s to 30s during the afternoon hours. But at least we'll have a fair amount of sunshine. And sunshine is on tap also for tomorrow, but with a high temperature of just 42 degrees. We'll hit 51 on Thursday, much warmer the upcoming weekend, especially Sunday with sunshine. Highs will top out around 60 degrees.
Coming up, adult film star Stormy Daniels trying to make a deal with the president, giving a deadline of noon today. Her lawyer here live.
And the singer so charming, he made Katy Perry do this.